My cat wants attention. He doesn't like being held. Hello guys, my name is Riker and this is going to be my first May book haul. So the other day there was a sale going on, a really good sale going on at a local used bookstore of mine. So I got a pretty decent haul, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. This author and this series are kind of all over the place, and I need to catch up. I've read nothing of her stuff. Those books are the first two books in the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. I don't really know anything about these other than what the synopsises say, but they're everywhere, and I want to read them because of that. Everybody says they're fantastic, so I'm going to read them. So the next book that I got is a historical fiction book by Charles Fraser. It's called Cold Mountain. From what I read on the Goodreads, basically this guy in the Civil War has been battered and bloodied at the Battle of Petersburg, and he decides he's going to walk back to his love, to his homestead. There's multiple perspectives in it. I'm super into the whole Civil War thing, so I am excited about this. And the next book that I got is actually a really popular book now, and that is Wonder by R.J. Palico. And I haven't seen the movie, but it's about this fifth grader who was born with a facial difference that prevented him from going to a mainstream school until now. And he's about to enter fifth grade. So this seems like a really, really powerful story about just loving somebody for who they are, and I think that's what the story is going to be about. I'm excited about this one. So the next book that I got is by Chad Harbach, and that is The Art of Fielding. And I think that this is a story about a baseball player who gets hurt, and it's his comeback, I guess, and I think there's more to it than that. It says, as the season counts down to its climactic final game, these games are forced to confront their deepest hopes, anxieties, and secrets. So I feel like it's going to be some sort of thriller, shocker, slash maybe coming of age story for this college guy, just kind of, not succumbing to the anxiety of college life and sports, and which I relate to. I don't know if it's actually about that. I'm just kind of making guesses at what I'm reading on the synopsis. So I'm excited about this, and this is going to be interesting. I'm a college athlete myself, so I'm interested in what this book has to bring. So the next book that I got is an adult political thriller type, science fiction-y type deal, and that is Prey by Michael Crichton. From what I read, it's about this nanoparticle rogue Armageddon type thing where this stuff gets released and all these different scientists are trying to fix it and counteract it, and it's not working. And so this just seems really science fiction-y, and it's my sort of thing. So we'll see. So the next book that I got is a political thriller called Marine One by James W. Huston. And this book is about the president who goes on this secret meeting that nobody really knows about. He gets onto Marine One, the helicopter, and he gets into a crash, and the members, himself and the other members that were on the helicopter, they get killed. And then there's this big legal battle. His wife, the president's wife, starts suing the European company that manufactured the helicopter, and there's this big legal battle that kind of encompasses it says in the synopsis that it's the biggest court case in 100 years. So I'm super into the whole political thriller thing. I'm kind of venturing into adult books a little bit, so we'll see. We'll see. The next book that I got, I don't know when I'm going to read this book. I'm not sure how I feel about it. And that is Stephen Kuntz, The Final Flight. I don't really know anything about this book. It had a jet plane on it, and I got excited. So that's why I picked it up, considering the deal I was getting on it. So I'm really interested. I'm interested. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, though. The next two books that I got, I think I'm really excited about these. I have been really interested in the whole Ender's Game concept, and I didn't realize it was a really old book. But Ender's Game, I bought the first two books in the Ender Game saga by Orson Scott Card. And so I'm super interested in these. I think I'm going to read these really, really soon, so I'm excited. In the name of my obsession with war history, this is an interesting book. This book is called Hell in the Pacific, and it is by Jim McHenry and Bill Sloan. And from what I understand, it is this guy's, Jim McHenry, was a part of the battle at Guadalcanal during World War II in the Pacific. And this is his memoir that describes what him and his squadron went through. I am really excited to read this. From what I've read the first couple of pages of it, and its writing seems really, really relaxed. Some other World War II books like this, it just gets really dark and it's almost hard to handle. But from what I read on this one seems like it's gonna be really good. So the next books that I got, these are books that my mom had. I know one of them, and this one is fairly popular amongst the YA crowd, and that is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I wasn't super interested in this book. I really liked the spine of the book. I think it looks really cool. There's a poem on the back of the book, and it says, "Hello, I'm calling from Deathcast. I regret to inform you that sometime in the next 24 hours you will be meeting an untimely death. On behalf of everyone here at Deathcast, we are so sorry to lose you. Live this day to the fullest, okay?" So I'm going to read this book. This is going to be my first Adam Silvera book. I've read that you get to pair up with somebody that's going to die in the same day, and you kind of get to live your last day together. And I think there's a romance that gets built. Everybody seems to like his book. He's really popular, so I'm excited about this one. The next book that I got, this is actually not my book. This is my mom's book, but I'm commandeering it for a while. And that is Dewey, the Small Town Library Cat Who Touched the World by Vicki Myron and Brett Witter. And this book, I don't really know anything about it other than this cat shows up at this small town library and touches the life of a lot of people, and even more people with this book. Like I said, my family is pretty much cat people. My dog didn't hear that. She's fast asleep. I'm really excited about this book. Hopefully I'll read it. And last but not least, the books I'm really excited about. These were books back a couple years ago. I moved into my new house with my parents. My mom had these books, and she didn't know where to put them, I guess. So they ended up the other day, me and my mom were looking around for them, and we found them in like 3 different boxes in 3 different spots around our house in different storage boxes. We eventually found the first 6 of them. We don't know if we ever found the 7th one, but that is the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. I have never read the Harry Potter series, and I've read the first 2 so far. I'm going to start reading the 3rd one here probably today. So I'll have to get the 7th one. We don't have the 7th one, but they just get really long. They get really long. I think the blue one here is like 800 and something pages, so that's a little daunting. I'm really excited. I love the first 2 books, and I'm obsessed. I don't know why I didn't read them. So the next couple of books on my list are actually ebooks. But first book, I'm actually reading this book right now, and that is called Max, Best Friend, Hero, Marine, by Jennifer Lee Schatz. And this book is about this dog and his owner. His owner was a Afghanistan veteran. He was overseas at the time, and he was killed. And the dog came back overseas, back to the United States, and they were going to have to put the dog down. This dog had really bad PTSD, and it seemed they were going to put the dog down. The only person that seemed to be able to calm the dog down was its owner's brother, who the dog had never met before. But this dog really, really liked him and was kind of violent towards other people. I want to say a quarter of the way through of this book, and I love it. I think this is going to be a really big learning experience for the boy. This teen boy kind of took over the dog reluctantly at first, and I think he's finally where I'm at right now. He's growing more fond of the dog, and he's overcoming his brother's loss. He was really close with his brother. So I'm excited to finish this one. The next book on my list is Room by Emma Donoghue. I don't know much about this book other than it's written from a 5-year-old's perspective. I know that I think it's about this girl who was abducted by the crazy dude, and he was locked them up into a room. So it's from a perspective of a 5-year-old having to live a life imprisoned pretty much and not knowing the difference. I think that's going to be a really emotional read. The next book that I have on my list is another ebook, and that is Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. I read Salt to the Sea a couple years ago by Ruta Sepetys, and I absolutely loved it. I love the different perspectives, and I think I've read the first couple of chapters in this book. It's been a while. But from what I read, it seems like there's going to be more perspective. She just has an effortless way of writing and making things so vivid, and I'm really into the whole World War II thing. So, all right, that is it for my May book haul. If you had any questions or had any requests as far as what you want me to review first, I'm going to do a to be read probably tomorrow. I don't know. But I've got a lot to read, so I'm going to get to it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.